Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Mash and Drum Whiskey Room on this Whiskey Wednesday night. How we all doing? I just sounded like I was from country out there. How we all doing? I don't know where that came from. I should be like, "How you doing?" But I don't know how y'all doing came from. Well, let me turn that down. So tonight, if you guys haven't, you saw the graphic. We have Dusty Dan. Dan the Man, as you know him. Now, Dusty Dan, he has more nicknames than John Cougar Mellencamp. He has sent us 4 blind samples to me and some special guests tonight, other than Dan. Why don't you say hi to Scott from My Bourbon Journey?
Hello, everybody. Jason, thanks for having me on. Dan, thanks for once again sending the 65th episode of another blind show. So I appreciate that.
No problem, guys. It's always
good to finally be on with everybody at one time. This should be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And everybody say hi to Chris from the rapidly growing Bourbinsane.
How's everyone doing tonight? Good to see. I haven't done my own live stream in so long. We've just been doing these collabs, and I'm loving this a lot more. We should do this more often.
Absolutely. So this is how it's going to work tonight, guys. Dan, like I mentioned, well, Dan, say hi first to the folks out there.
Hello, everybody.
A man of many words. That is. So Dan tonight has sent each of us 4 blind samples, all of which already smell pretty glorious. We're going to nose them, taste through them, see if we can guess what they are, and have Dan make us look like idiots again, which he always seems to do.
Mm-hmm.
So we should have a lot of fun tonight. We have a couple of cool giveaways we're going to be doing tonight as well. So hope you guys get ready, strap in, have some fun. Let me know what you're pouring in the chat. I'm going to say hi to you guys in the chat, see who's in here already. Michael Hassett, the whiskey friend, all the way from across the pond hanging in there. How you doing? How you doing, Alan? The Oak and Smoke Whiskey Reviews, Doug Tempest, John Watson, Stellar Matrix is in the house. How you doing? Thanks for coming in, Stellar. Miguel Torres in the house. Chad Holly. We have, let's see, Cooper 57 is here. Bourbon Bro Fesser. How you doing, bro? Charles Asworth is here. Andrew Spurrell. Amy, how you doing, Amy? Thanks for coming in. Brandon Weiss is in the house. Steven Sussman. We have Move 76, Charles Asworth. He said he's drinking Sprite, I think. Mike Snook is in the house. How you doing, Mikey? Thanks for coming in. Whiskey Crusader is hi, Matt, or Will, or Sarah. I'm not sure who that is, but thanks for coming in, guys. Curry Bowling is here. Nice one. I don't think I've seen you in here before. Curry Bowling, thanks for coming in. Kenneth Kennelty, Miguel Torres, and more people coming in. We have 61 in the chat. Awesome to see you guys tonight. So, all right, guys. So, like I mentioned, 4 blind samples. Taste them, nose them, guess them, and all of us look like morons. So, the great equalizer, which is the blind.
You know what, though, guys? I think that you guys have actually gotten a lot better at this now. Since this is, I don't know how many times we've done this, but I think you guys are really starting to pick these things out pretty well now.
I did notice after pouring these things a little while ago. So I've let mine open up for probably 30 minutes, but they do appear to get darker as they go along. I don't know if that's by design, but they all look to be a little bit darker than the other one. So
yeah, I like how Dan finally gives us credit after episode 65 that we're finally getting.
yeah. And they said we weren't quick learners.
Yeah.
All right, so tonight, guys, I'm going to be giving away. Have 2 really cool giveaways for you guys. I'll be asking some cool questions as we get about halfway through, and also to the end of the stream. Tonight, I'm going to be giving away a set of my a Mash and Drum Glencairn with a new Mash and Drum whiskey hat and coin.
Nice.
Are we eligible for those?
No, you guys eligible for coins, but I don't know about the glasses. That's for the viewers. Not the guys that try to screw with me with blind taste tests. So yeah, I have 2 of those. I have 2 sets of those I'll be giving away tonight, guys. So should be pretty fun. So all right, guys, what do you say? You ready to get into letter A here?
Yeah,
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
All right, here we go. Nose in A.
Oh boy, that's very familiar.
Off the bat, we have the whiskey friend Alan coming in with a $10 super chat. Have a dram on me, buddy. Don't think I could stay long. Thanks so much, Alan. Really appreciate that. This is for you, Alan. Here we go. If that didn't wake you up, that should have. If you weren't awake by now, that should have woken you up. Thank you so much for the super chat, guys. Cheers to you. And if you guys haven't checked out Alan, the whiskey friend on YouTube, you need to. Really great Scotch reviews, especially if you're into Scotch. All right, so these are all bourbon samples, I would assume, Dan.
Yes, they are. They are all bourbon.
All right, this is all bourbon. Okay.
Oh boy, great rye spice right away.
Yeah. Smells good.
Mm-hmm.
Ton of rye spice, but there's a ton of fruit character. It's so
there really is.
Yeah. I got some fruits and honey.
Yep.
A little bit of toasted oak.
It's like a bowl of honey bunches of oats.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
honey
honey nut Cheerios.
It is more toasted, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has a toasty character to it. There's definitely that was a good call on the honey. There's a lot of honey in here.
Boy, I don't know. Do any of you guys get a bit of a little bit of like a rum note at all? Anybody? Are you picking up like a secondary type of note?
I don't know if it's rum, but I'm definitely getting a ton of sugary sweetness, even in the candy too.
It's definitely sugary sweet, but I don't know about rum.
Yeah. Hey, I want to call out a couple of other viewers here. Ken Scrand is in the house. Patrick Fulmer's here. Kenneth Kennelty, Eric Gilbert, Go Habs. Hi, Whiskey She Wines is in the house. How you doing? Thanks for coming in, guys. I don't know if that's Bobby or Sam. Also, Carl Ivy's here. All right, we got a nice crowd, guys. Man, super sweet on the nose. All right, you guys ready for the first dram of the night?
All right, let's do it.
All right,
cheers, guys.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Ooh, that has some proof to it.
Wow. Ooh, it burned the nostrils for me.
Yeah.
Dear Lord.
Boy.
Hey, Christine Deems is here. How you doing, Christine? Thanks for coming in.
Oh, that's interesting.
That really was.
That is some high octane stuff, man.
Yeah, that's a. Are you thinking that's like all of 115, maybe even more? Hey.
Yeah.
On the nose, it didn't smell near that hot to me, though. The rye came through.
This one is definitely, it coats your palate for sure. I do get a lot of corn sweetness, a little bit of citrus. That spiciness, those spices that were on the nose, I get them on the palate as well, like an allspice.
Yeah.
A little bit of that oakiness towards the back there too. It's really good.
Yeah, there's a fair amount of oak to this one, that's for sure.
Yeah, a lot of oak. I'm getting a ton of rye and citrus spice on the palate. Very mouth coating. A lot of sweetness. But yeah, this is this one's coating the palate like crazy.
Are we thinking that this is more than likely a high rye bourbon? It's the way it's drinking. It seems like a high rye bourbon.
I would think so. You just try to balance that line, whether it's if the high proof is masking a high rye, or if it's actually a high rye.
Yeah.
Or is it just a high proof that's making it so spicy on the palate?
Yeah, that could be too.
A lot of times when I get that much oak on the back, it just dries me right out. But this is actually staying really. It's not overly drying like I was anticipating, I guess, with that rye kick. But
yeah, see, and I was just thinking the opposite. For me, it's starting to dry out a little bit more. I was going to ask anybody, was it starting to get dry for him? But it is for me a little bit.
Not for me.
It's definitely drying on my palate a little bit.
Oh, I'm just trying to think of it's very familiar though.
I mean, the high rye part of it and the complexity immediately has me think Four Roses. But
I thought the same thing, but like I started all of a sudden. Is there any chance this is a wild turkey?
When I tasted,
I don't know because I don't feel like wild turkey ever drinks this hot.
Yeah.
Really?
Well, we had that wild turkey Kentucky Spirit, that single barrel that I had to drink. It really drank like it was 115 proof.
Yeah, I don't know. There's something for me. It's something, whether it's Wild Turkey or Russell's or something.
Scott, I know that you've picked this note out in some other bourbons that you've tasted. Do you get any sour apple on the finish at all?
I'm getting more apple. I'm getting more of an apple note on the nose. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So you're getting it on the nose?
Yeah.
The finish though, it still is. It tastes really sweet still to me. I don't know. A lot of times
it does. It's got a ton of sweet characteristics to it. It's still very fruity.
But oaky, but still oaky though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Maybe
I guess I'm just trying to think if there's anything that you guys have reviewed that was a heavy oak note. And there's a little bit of, like, as the finish develops, it starts to get a little peppery there as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's definitely that peppery, that spice for sure.
And I don't have a basis for this at all, but actually, you know what? I'm trying to think if I tried this at Jim's or not, but is there any chance this is the what's the one that Jim Rutledge did? What was the
Cream of Kentucky?
Yeah, is there any chance that this is that?
Cream of Kentucky wasn't this bold.
Oh, it wasn't. Okay.
And knowing Dan, he wouldn't send something that we already have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or would he?
Or would he? Let's see. We got some people doing some guesses here. We have Stag Jr. as a guess. Elijah Craig Barrel Proof, maybe. I could see this as a Heaven Hill product as well, with that heavy oak character, a little bit of that spice to it. But I'm just feel like that rye spice is so heavy. Mm-hmm. I feel like it's a different.
I guess I would just try to think of, like, as far as Heaven Hill, like, other than the Elijah Craig Barrel Proof, what would be this hot?
What proof point do you guys think this comes in at?
I don't know, 110, 115?
I think this is 120-ish.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I was going to say 115-ish, but...
Dark Meat Chicken is guessing Woodford Batch Proof. I have a bottle of that, and it doesn't drink this hot. And it's not this rye forward. It's a lot sweeter.
Mm-hmm.
So...
What do you guys think of age on this too? Because it actually tastes a little like, I'm kind of getting a dusty note in this too, like just a dusty old wood note a little bit, that oak, you know.
Yeah.
But with the sweetness, it's kind of weird, you know. It's weird. It's get that note with the sweetness.
I'm wondering if this is some kind of Bell Mead single cask finish.
Yeah, it could be.
Booming, select cask, barrel proof. That's the only one I could think that has this amount of sweetness. And also has that kind of a rye spice to it. So I'm gonna move away from Four Roses and say it's a Bell Mead something.
Really? Okay, yeah. Because I've got, like, very, very little experience with Bell Mead, so I don't know that profile, like, at all. So which it could be.
I mean, Bell Mead is like about 20-something% rye. So they they have some. It's got some heft to it on the spice character. So that's what would make me think it.
Chris, what are you picking up on the palate?
It's so sweet to me. It's a lot of sweetness, and then the back end is more where the rye kicks in for me, like the pepperiness on the back of the palate.
Yeah.
Hey, we got DH Sill, Richie Z, and William Dabbler in the house. What's up, guys? And Bourbon Apprentice.
Bourbon Apprentice.
Yeah, haven't seen. That's a new one. Welcome, Bourbon Apprentice. Thanks for joining. Tad Kwasinski is here. Guy Davis is in the house. How you doing, Guy? And Ray Da Silva. Awesome. Yeah, this has definitely got a lingering, like, even Four Roses for me doesn't leave this much of a spice just lingering on my palate. So
it's very oaky. It's very oaky and rye finish dominant for me.
Yeah, I'm moving away from Four Roses. My guess is a Bell Mead select cask finish. I don't know what finish, but I don't think it's a sherry. If I had to guess, maybe cognac. But
yeah, that's tasty though. That is good stuff.
It's delicious.
Yeah, it is. It's really, really good. Is the
I think you guys are going to be surprised by this one.
What's that?
So you guys are going to be surprised by this one, I think.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So we're all wrong. Nice.
Yeah. So that was sorry for everybody watching that. We just wasted 15 minutes of your
Yeah.
Okay, sorry about that.
Or it could be one of those barrel craft spirits blends that are usually high rye.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, I guess it could be. That's a
good guess.
All right.
all right.
I'm gonna stop guessing because I'm gonna just keep looking.
We've covered, I think we've covered every distillery at this
Yeah,
point.
if
So
you guess enough, one's bound to be right.
Yeah, every distillery this side of the Kentucky River. Jeffrey Wax said Double Eagle very rare. I don't know if he has that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know what that tastes like.
No.
Yeah. All right, let's take a sip of water. Let's move on to B. And then after that, we'll get into our first giveaway. So
But these next three get really dark. It really steps up from
Yeah.
Hey, Jason. To go along with your giveaway, you're giving away one set or two sets of the glasses tonight?
2 sets of the glasses.
Okay, so I will send a sample of one of these to both winners. So along with the glass.
Awesome,
Right.
Dan.
Their choice at the end of the reveal.
All right, sounds good.
Awesome.
All right, I'm going to B here. And
All right.
Ooh. So for some reason, when I put this to my nose, it reminds me of a bottle that's been open for a little while. You know what? You kind of know what I mean by that. No, it's kind of weird, like where it's had some time to open up, I guess.
It's very vanilla forward.
oh my God, yeah, this is a
Super sweet.
Yeah, I get vanilla, citrus.
yeah. I mean, I can't get past the vanilla and citrus on the nose so far.
Yeah.
I mean, this is. I mean, I'm getting everything from orange, lemon.
Yeah. There's even a little
You know,
bit
when I first opened this bottle, I didn't really get I didn't get this much citrus on the nose, but I really do now.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Karen B. Ford's in the house. How you doing, Karen? She is sipping some Minor Case Rye. Hey, Scott, you just reviewed that one.
I did. I'd be interested to hear what Karen's thoughts are on that. Hopefully,
You know what else I pick up on this one? I think I'm getting a little bit of mango on this, man. To be honest
Mango.
Did
Really?
you just say mayo?
with you. I hope not, man. No, a little bit of
Dude,
mango.
if there's mayonnaise in here, I'm not drinking it.
It's like some real tropical fruits for some reason. I'm just
Yeah,
picking up like a mango.
I get a little bit of the dark fruit and maybe even some a little bit of a chocolate note, but some cherry.
Yeah.
I'm getting a dark like a gala apple in here.
Mm.
Totally, apple and definitely a little cinnamon spice.
Yeah.
That's desserty.
It is. Yeah. I was gonna say raisin. Definitely very raisin for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't worry, guys. It's not mayo flavored whiskey. Thank God.
Oh God.
My professional opinion on this would be that it's going to taste really good.
Really, it's not from that new Hellman's distillery that opened.
No. This is way more along the lines of Miracle Whip than mayo.
Can someone
nice color.
explain to me what Miracle Whip is?
It's disgusting, is what it is.
I hate it.
Is it mayo or is it dressing?
I don't eat it, so I don't know.
I think it's dressing technically, but
Is it just light? I don't want to know what the hell it is.
I don't like it.
boy.
All right.
All right, I'm taking a sip. Cheers, boys.
Cheers, guys.
Oh wow,
Mm.
that is so creamy, so creamy.
Mhm.
Oh my God.
Like that is like velvet, literally velvet.
That's really, really good.
That is a creamsicle on the finish.
It is.
Dan, you son of a bitch. This is another fantastic one. Oh man, that is really good. That's like, I guess if you could like almost take like bourbon and try to describe it to somebody in terms of like bold and just great nose, great palate.
Mhm.
Like that's something I would love to give anybody who like would say, I want to try bourbon. Like that's just a great profile right there.
Yeah.
And it does not drink near as hot as the first one either for me.
No, it's
Just
not.
because it's so smooth.
No, you're right.
We could be a little tricked too, because that first one had some proof, and
Mhm.
this could be, but we may have just warmed our palate up to the point where we're now used to something, but definitely not the heat like the first one for sure.
Wow.
Dram Man, isn't that oh God, I said welcome coming to America. What is that, velvet?
A great one.
Hey, Whiskey in the Six is in the house. How we doing, Rob? We got 90
Rob?
in the chat.
Hey,
Hey,
Rob.
guys. Rebecca Page is here as well. How you doing? Peter White, nice.
Boy, this one is nice.
Yeah, B is friggin' delicious, whatever it is.
Boy, that's really, really good. I think it's higher proof than we think it is.
Yeah.
You know,
I think the first one, along with that proof, was that rye, and it just made it seem even hotter. You know.
You know what? Well, I was going to say, you know what, Jason? You know what this kind of reminds me of a little bit, honestly? It reminds me of a E.H. Taylor barrel proof a little bit.
Yeah, but you know what? It doesn't have that. No, maybe, but it just doesn't have enough of that apple cinnamon punch that I usually get from it.
Okay.
I'm thinking this one is some kind of a freaky Four Roses single barrel. Because it has that rye note that I get on a good Four Roses, but it also has that really incredible mouthfeel from a a good single barrel private select.
Yeah, that's really, really good.
That's really good.
Yeah, I'm guessing this is maybe a non-chill filter, or maybe just because it's high proof, but it's really coating the glass really nice.
It's non-chill filtered.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice. That's kind of like the perfect descriptor bourbon. If you could give somebody something that's just
that's the perfect result of perfect sweetness, rye spice, proof, finish. It's got it all.
Mouthfeel, everything, man.
Yeah.
B is on point. So whoever wins
the balance of everything.
Whoever wins one of the glasses, yeah. B might be a good choice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a fantastic one. That's a
good work, Dan.
Really good.
Yeah, Bourbon Apprentice actually brings up a good point. He said, I don't find Four Roses to be creamy. And yeah, I could probably see that. I don't think I've had a Four Roses that's this creamy on the palate.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
This is really creamy.
There's some weird, crazy pick that he got somewhere. I don't know what it is.
And I'm not getting really like much nuttiness. So it seems like you could kind of rule out like Heaven Hill.
Yeah, I would rule out Heaven Hill or Jim Beam.
Yeah,
it's very sweet.
Yeah, it's just very Buffalo Trace like for me. I know people get more citrus, like more apple and kind of a green citrus, but maybe there's a little bit there.
Yeah, Chad Holly. Yeah, Four Roses 130 is very super creamy. I will say that.
Yeah.
I'm talking about like the regular offerings, but I've had a couple of the single barrel private selects that do drink creamy too. So I don't know. That's really good. I could see a Buffalo Trace thing too a little bit, Scotty.
I just, for some reason, it just seems like it's I don't know. I'm just like locked into the E.H. Taylor barrel proof for some reason. Because what else would Buffalo Trace produce that would be that full bodied with that kind of proof on it?
I don't know, but he sent us the barrel proof in our first blind, so I don't think he would send it again.
I know. That's why I'm trying to think if he's screwing with us. Play all this.
He's definitely screwing with us.
It's probably the same stuff from the last one. Oh man, that is really good. I can't get past just how good it is.
Yeah, A was very good, but now B was really good.
And you're not thinking that's a Wild Turkey product at all. No one.
You guys would all pick B over A right now.
Yeah, definitely. So. A was very good, but B just is hitting all the right notes right there.
Yeah, it's just that full body bourbon right there.
Mm-hmm. I mean, honestly, it could be a Wild Turkey product. I mean, there's some crazy Wild Turkeys out there. You just never know. I mean,
yeah, it could very well be a
Russell's pick. That's just
could be
extremely good. I don't know.
And I don't think, you know what? You know what? We ruled out Jim Beam, but what about a Knob Creek pick?
It's not. It's. I didn't get it. Like you said, the nuttiness really isn't there though.
Yeah.
And that usually will come through. Even I don't know. Who knows with picks though?
Again, we've covered every distillery, so we're good there.
Yeah.
One of us could say we were right. We've named them all. So, boy, that's really good. Whatever it is, Dan, good job.
Mm-hmm.
I gave out a couple of wrenches. I just made a Richie Z and Rob from Whiskey in the Six moderators.
Nice.
Because Scott and Dan, who are usually my moderators, are busy. All right. Let's. I'm gonna write down my notes here. Yeah, that one's hard to beat, man. If C and D are better than that one, then I don't know what the hell you're sending out. That's crazy. All right. So before we move on to C and D, I'm going to do one giveaway for one of my Glencairns and also coin 145. So this is going to be the first giveaway of the night.
Along with the sample of their choice at the end of the review.
Sample of their choice, and judging by our reaction, they're probably going to be right now. So let's see. So if you guys have been watching the Newswire, there was a little bit of news on a very popular, easy to find bourbon that by the fall is going to be moving to a single barrel bourbon. Can anyone name that bourbon? Right now it's a small batch, and that's going to be moving to a single barrel. Yep. Oh, James Anderson got it. It is Baker's.
Yep.
So James Sanderson, you are new. I don't know you yet. So throw your email in the chat, and I will contact you and get your Glencairn and your whiskey hat out to you. Also, if you want to wait till later, or you can let me know now which sample you want. If anyone thinks that Baker's, they said it before James, in my chat, James Sanderson's name came first. So
yep.
I see it the same way too.
All right, that's okay.
I like how Bobby put in here. Everybody else answers Baker's. He put Lagavulin.
yeah, he would.
I think someone's dipping into Sam's medication. No judging.
Also want to call out Rob from Whiskey in the Six for a super chat, $6.99 out of Canada. Thanks for the wrench. This is for you, buddy. Thank you so much, Rob. Woo!
Here's buddy.
There's a lovely cymbal crash for you, buddy. Hope I didn't wake up the kids. Sorry, man.
I'm looking forward to that Baker's.
What's that?
I'm looking forward to that Baker's.
Yeah, it's going to be a single barrel.
Yeah, that is. I'm looking forward to that one too. Rebecca Page brought up a good one too about the about Knob Creek getting the age statement back.
Yeah, they're so Knob Creek is getting their age statement back, and Baker's has become a single barrel. Yet they're keeping on the Baker's the same age and the same proof. So it should be pretty interesting. Yeah. So yeah, James Sanderson, congrats. Like I said, throw your. Oh, he's got his thing in the. He's got his email in there. Let me grab it real quick.
Shout out to Triple Digits in the chat too. Thanks for being here, guys.
Hey, we got 100 tonight. Nice. 100. Thanks for coming in. Let's see, 5@gmail. All right, I got you, buddy. All right, James, why don't you wait until the end until we see what the reveal is, then you can make your choice. Mm-hmm. Lewis Keene says Baker's is also going to have a 13-year special release. Yeah, I read that too. Mm-hmm. So I think we're just going to see the single barrel first. The Oak and Smoke whiskey reviews. They are actually sipping on Baker's right now. So nice. Yeah, it is. It's probably the most underrated Jim Beam product, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would agree. It gets no love at all. Yeah, so I'm excited. I'm excited for this one. So. It never gets
talked about. So
no.
All right, guys, let's go. So we got our first giveaway of the night, and we're going to be picking a dram later once we find out what these are. Let's go to letter C now. Here we go.
All right. Ooh.
Scrappy McGillicuddy, which is an amazing screen name, says, I bet they are losing some market share, so add age statement and single barrel on label. That could be a motivation, absolutely.
So this is every single baking spice there is.
Yeah, it is very, very baking spice. Nice oak to it.
Mm.
This smells like a Tennessee whiskey to me.
Yeah. Really?
Super sweet.
Jack Daniel?
Maple, cinnamon, baking spices. I'm not saying it is. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. I'm kind of searching for that vitamin kind of nose you start to get.
You're looking for the Flintstone vitamin.
Yeah. And I'm not getting it as much, but I definitely do get that like maple molasses kind of sweetness to it.
Yeah, Peter White says Baker sells out almost as fast as Booker's in Ontario, and yeah, that's surprising because Baker's is just always on the shelf whenever I look around here. Booker's always sells. There's a lot of Knob Creek on the shelf, but that's usually everywhere. But Baker's is usually just kind of sitting there.
And and Baker's is like what 107 proof in like 6 or 7 years, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Wines don't say for sure anything because you're probably going to be wrong. Yeah, that's probably true. Whiskey She Wines. I'm definitely probably wrong on all these so far. We always usually are wrong. Every now and then we get one right, but
I think you might be.
Hey, Scrappy McGillicuddy screwed himself. He told us his name. We can't call you Chris. We can't call you Chris.
Yeah, I'm not going to call you Chris. I'm calling you Scrappy Doo.
And he's from Michigan. I think Chris's wife is Scrappy McGillicuddy.
Yeah.
And she's just subbing. He's a Michigan guy.
Yeah.
All right.
That's awesome. Whiskey in the Six says every bourbon that's kind of limited sells out in Ontario. Yeah, I remember you telling me that, man. Richie Z says Baker sits there waiting to be purchased by him. He's in California. Yeah.
I think you might be right on this, Jason.
You think it's a Tennessee whiskey?
Yeah, it's got that.
It's got that maple.
The more you say that, and maybe it's just you saying it now, but
maybe. But this has a very Brown Foreman nose to it.
Yeah.
So very Woodford or Old Forester-ish type.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking like right away, some kind of like.
But the last time I said that, it ended up being some kind of freaky Knob Creek pick. So don't rule that out yet.
Yeah.
The legs, though, man, those are nice.
Yeah, and this is crazy dark. So if you guys can check it out, this has some definite age on it. So this could be, I think this is at least 10 to 14 years, somewhere in there.
Mm-hmm. It smells a lot of oak in there.
Yeah, a lot of that oak and very vanilla caramel forward.
Yeah.
Sweet. It's sweet. It is very Brown Foreman-y to me as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chad Holly says Woodford Batch Proof 2018 is amazing. Could be that. Yeah, I have that. And it definitely has a similar nose to it. All right, I'm going for a sip, boys. Cheers.
Cheers.
Chocolate cherries there, man.
Ooh.
Oh, what the hell is that?
It's got some kick.
Wow.
Chocolate cherries.
That was very.
That is chocolate cherry.
Yep.
Again, that tastes like my grandmother's sesame candy. It's got a sesame seed, like a toasted sesame seed vibe on it. That's crazy.
What about peanut butter? Did anybody get peanut butter like right after? It got very peanut buttery.
Yeah, I mean it could be. Yeah, it could be. It's definitely a nuttiness there. Oh, so maybe it is some funky Knob Creek.
Yeah.
Whew. That's got some burn though.
Mm-hmm.
Burns so good.
This is I'd be willing to put a lot on the fact that this is some kind of Knob Creek pick.
That's insane. That's the finish. If that's a Knob Creek, the finish on that is like nothing I've ever had on a Knob Creek.
Man, it's very peanut buttery. Very peanut buttery for me.
It's peanutty. It's I don't know. People in Nathan Lecomte in the chat, he said Booker's, but I think this has more age than a Booker's to me.
Yeah,
it doesn't have that Booker's. It just doesn't have that Booker's flavor profile that I kind of am used to.
It's definitely older than
That's
Booker.
some weird old Bookers that I've never had.
Yeah, and you guys drink a lot of Bookers, so you'd think you'd pick this one out pretty quick. But
Yeah.
man, this sure seems like a Knob
Like
Creek.
the only thing that I kind of wish this had is a longer finish. The finish kind of goes away really quick in this one for me.
Yeah, it is kind of interesting where there's not as with all that flavor that the finish isn't as long. That's for sure.
Mike Snook says the new Booker's 2019-2 is very peanut butter. Yeah, you're right, it is. But the finish on this, excuse me, the finish on this one is not. That does not taste like the Booker's. I reviewed that bottle, and yeah, the finish on this is completely different. Picture like toasted sesame seeds on top of, roasted peanuts, but like really dark and rich, just crazy.
Mm-hmm. So I'll just say that for this one here, this is, in my opinion, the best batch of this that I've ever had. So,
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, so we're looking at batches.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's a Rebel Yell 10-year dark meat chicken said, but I don't think this is a weeder at all.
No, that's a weeder. This is definitely not a weeder.
So that means not a single barrel then, huh, Dan?
Maybe.
Yeah, he said batch.
Oh,
He
so
said he did that.
he's using the term batch loosely. I see.
Yeah. Right.
All right.
All right, so now single barrel is in play again.
Could be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm having a really hard time now picking between B and C. Both of them are absolutely amazing, but in completely different ways.
Yeah.
Ken Schran, I've heard the Booker's 2019 S2 is good. Yeah, it's really good, Ken. Go watch my review on it. Not only is it good, but it beats the Teresa's batch by 1.5 miles. Oh man, that's good.
Yeah, that really is. It really is.
It's very unique.
I was gonna. Wise guy, whiskey guy said maybe a barrel bourbon. That could be.
I don't think barrel had this.
I never tasted something from barrel this rich and dark.
No,
Yeah.
me neither.
And
Me neither.
So it's sweet. It's so sweet, but it's really nutty and fruity and sesame seedy all at the same time. It's really impressive.
Are you leaning away from it being Tennessee whiskey?
No,
I am a little bit now.
No, I'm still saying there's some Tennessee whiskey. Just because no matter how many times I go back to it, I get an intense maple note. So
Yeah.
I'm sticking with it.
I'm not getting that as much on the palate. It was on the nose for sure.
Yeah, on the palate, it's all peanut and sesame, but on the nose, it's intense maple to me.
It just seems so Knob Creeky to me for some reason.
Yeah, it could be a Knob Creek too, because like I said, it has that. It's got a nose like the Brown Forman stuff, and I don't want to pick like 15 distilleries like we've been doing, but the last time I said it was a Brown Forman, it ended up being a Knob Creek, and if I had to put my money on two guesses, if I had two guesses, it would be some sort of Tennessee sourced pick, or some kind of source batch, or a Knob Creek pick, just based on what I'm thinking in my head. Let's see. Barrel proof Jack Daniels. No, it doesn't have that. Doesn't have that flavor, that Jack Daniels flavor.
It's another good one though.
Yeah,
That's for sure.
All right, I'm writing my notes down for this one. Damn, that's good.
Yeah.
All right, let's go into our last dram, and then we're going to go into the last giveaway, and then we'll get the reveal. So more to come, folks.
This one's super dark here.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one might be. This is the darkest one, I think.
It almost has like a reddish tint in my light.
Yeah, it's got a nice copper color to it.
Yeah.
So immediately it makes me think Russell's. With that
If
red.
knowing Dan, this is gonna be. Here comes the special little kicker. I think coming right now. It's gonna be the. This is gonna be the. Okay, look at the smile. You know what that smile looks like. Here comes the Dusty special right here.
Smells like a Dusty a little bit. Dusty Dan pulling one out the closet. Oh yeah, this has a little bit of a dustiness to it, man.
Yeah.
A little funkiness to it.
There's a dusty funk to it. I don't know how old, how dusty. I can't do that. But
So I've not ever had a true dusty before. So this is gonna be, if this truly is, this will be a first time for me. Popping that dusty cherry.
And there goes monetization.
Yeah.
so, something about popping a dusty cherry just sounds so wrong. Oh man.
Oh man, that's a really nice. It's interesting, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
That's a beautiful nose.
It's a lot of, like, for me, like, it's a lot of like a cherry Coke and cherry chocolate nose.
Yeah, it's like
get some dark berries, yeah.
Cherry
Dark
chocolate, root beer. I mean, sassafras, whatever you want to call it.
Completely
You
different.
guys ready to taste it?
Guy Davis said, I'm hoping and praying that my defense for my doctorate in education is nothing like these blind tastings. If so, me and my classmates are toast. Oh my. I mean, the nose on that, I don't know which has a better nose. D and B have incredible noses.
Yeah.
Man.
You guys ready?
I think D stands for Dusty Special.
Dusty stuff.
I don't know what it is, but I'm sticking with it.
I'm ready, buddy.
All right, cheers.
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 Let's go in for the real thing here.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah,
Hashtag Dusty Cherry is now trending. Thanks, Mike.
yeah, that's some old, that's some old ass shit.
That mouth coating was just, it's all over the tongue.
It's very creamy. It's very chocolate cherry, and I even get like a nice like leather to it for some reason.
Yep. Actually,
very leathery, very almost like a what do you call, like a sweet tobacco note on it.
Yeah, it could be. There could be some tobacco in there as well.
Oh man, that's so good.
This I want to have a cigar with is what I want.
Yeah. It's viscous. I mean, it's,
This is delicious.
wow.
I'm still saying it's dusty. It's got that dust, because it's got that little bit of a dusty funk to it, a dusty corn, like all those intense sweet flavors.
Yeah.
Not unlike the Chessman, but not as musty.
Yeah, it's just it's different. It's got a different profile than new stuff. It just seems like, and maybe we're all convincing each other of this, and maybe it's not. You know.
Yeah, maybe, but
I'm
I'm just going off the nose when I'm used to smelling some of these dusties. So
yeah,
Eric,
it is.
Eric waits in the house, and Captain Make It Happen. How you doing, guys?
What's up,
Hey,
guys?
Captain. Eric, how's it going?
104 in the chat, going strong. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys.
I still got a lot of the dark fruit.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's very like a concentrate. Like, I've had these like full-bodied bourbons before, and it's like if you were gonna buy a bourbon to like mix with water to like dilute it, like this is like what you'd buy as a concentrate or something.
If you wanted to,
a great profile.
if you wanted to just flavor your water with whiskey, just
exactly. Yeah.
So is this one going to be hard for you guys to pick from here?
Oh, really hard.
As far as my favorite, man,
You know what? For me, I think it's going to be fairly simple. I think
for me too.
it's I'm between 1 and 2 for me is where the toss up is. I think I've got 3 and 4, but 1 and 2 I think I could flip flop and be perfectly fine with.
Hey, Jim from the Bourbon Road is in the house. How you doing, Jim?
Hey, Jim.
Speaking of that, I just listened to your guys' podcast today. That was awesome. The podcast where you guys were on there doing.
That was a lot. That was the marathon. That's for sure.
That was awesome.
For those of you in the chat, go to the Bourbon Rundown. the bourbonroad.com. Go check out that podcast. myself, Dan, and Scott were on a podcast with Jim and Randy from the Bourbon Road. It was like a 2-hour marathon podcast. We did a double blind tasting, recorded it, but we also talk about some bourbon topics in the midst there. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. So go check it out.
Yeah, a lot of fun.
Brian Walsh is here. Brian Walsh is in the house. Better late than never.
Oh, Brian?
Any guess as to what distillery this is from?
The D?
The D.
The D.
All about the D.
Man, it's so hard that, when you get these older ones like this.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Exactly.
If
it's probably a brand new release. We're like, we love Dusty shit.
If D were to coat, or I'm sorry, if C were to coat the mouth like D did, this would be probably one of my top 5 by far.
Yeah, it's definitely a little bit light. I feel like the proof is a little bit lighter than the rest, which makes me think even more of it being a Dusty bottle.
Yeah,
but at the same time, I don't know. Eric Waite says you're on YouTube almost every night, putting out videos all the time, and you on a podcast. When do you sleep? Eric Waite, yeah, I don't sleep much. All right, so I have my order, guys.
Yeah,
I'm arranging it. I'm arranging it right now.
Yeah. Oh, this is so difficult.
All right, I got it. I am set.
Jason, do you want to do your last giveaway before we do the reveal?
Yeah, let's do the last giveaway here.
All right, and you're putting them in order of least or whatever.
All right, guys. So the next giveaway tonight is for, like I said, this is the second giveaway of the Mash and Drum Glencairn, along with a coin 144 for you to go with that, and included in that package. Well, probably a separate package because me and Dan live in different states. Will be a sample of one of these beautiful drams that we're about to rate tonight. So, the question for tonight is for that one. First one in the chat to get this one right. Old Forester just recently announced their birthday bourbon. What's going to be the proof of the 2019 bottle? Oh, John Watson got it. He was the first one. John Watson came in with 105. You guys seeing that too?
Yep. 105. Yep.
John Watson, congratulations. 105 proof for the new Old Forester birthday bourbon. Approximately 2,206 bottle cases are expected to be available nationwide in September, starting September 2nd, with an MSRP of $100. So, but likely the layman like us will not see it, but we'll try to and hopefully get lucky. But yeah, congratulations to John Watson. John, throw your email in the chat. I'll contact you, and me and Dan will get you your gifts for tonight. So congrats, man. Appreciate it. Okay, so before we reveal, Chris from Bourbinsane, what was your order?
I had BDCA.
Okay, Scotty, what do you have?
Well, hang on a second, Chris. You went. So did you just give the one you liked least first?
No, sorry. I gave the one I liked most first. Sorry.
All right, is that how we're doing it, Jason? Are we going best to worst or?
Yeah. Just give me your 1 through 4.
All right, so I did it. I'm gonna do it backwards. I'm gonna go 4, 3, 2, 1. So right. I went A, C, B, D.
Okay.
A, C,
B, D.
And I had A, C, D, B. So just the last two flipped.
All right.
Well, the first two flipped.
Why don't we make it easy? Because we're gonna reveal which one we like the least first. Right. Why don't we just go 4, 3, 2, 1?
All right. So Chris, do your 4, 3, 2, 1 again.
All right. 4, 3, 2, 1 was A, C, D, B.
Okay. You go, Scott. So what's yours now?
Okay. Mine's A, C, B, D.
Okay. I'm aligned with Chris. Mine's A, C, D, B as well.
Yeah. And I could have gone either way too.
Yeah, it was really two shades. it was really 2 shades of wonderful right there. So
Yeah.
Dan, if you had to rate these, where would you put them at?
It's a good question. I would say I would probably go A, being last. A, D, C, B.
Okay. All right, so we have some slight variations between us. So obviously, A was collectively in last place for all of us. So that was the one that I guess a Bell Mead. What were some of the other guesses for A, guys? Do you remember?
Ugh. I think we said every distillery for the first
Yeah.
two.
I think that's where I don't know. I thought I said some type of like wild turkey of some sort, but
Yeah. So I was thinking also maybe a Bell Mead, something with that high rye. I mean, yeah,
Listen,
I could see
I
wild turkey
will
too,
say,
so let's what are you saying, Dan?
I said I will say, overall with this blind tasting, you'll see during the reel. You did a fantastic job with this one. So
there you go.
yeah.
All right. So here we go. Let's go to letter A, which was drum roll.
Letter A is New Riff single barrel.
Ooh.
This is a cork and bottle pick, and it was picked by the Bourbon Bunch.
Oh, wow.
This one comes in at 111.5 proof.
boy.
Man, I didn't even think of New Riff. Damn it.
What's the mash on that? Is that high? That's got to be high rye.
I'm not sure the mash bill on it, to be honest with you.
That's got to be high rye mash bill.
Well, it's still very good.
Oh, that's really good.
Wow.
That was a really unique. I've had a couple single barrels, but those have been extremely. You know what? Yeah, you're right, because I do get a big sour apple finish in New Riff, and that did have that a little bit. So
yeah, I mean that was probably, I've only had 2 bottles of New Riff, and that one blew the other one away.
New Riff, if I remember correctly, let me look it up here. It's it's 65% corn, 30% rye, and 5% malted barley.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there is your high rye right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, we didn't mention New Riff once. Nobody even thought about New Riff. Yeah.
It didn't smell like it was 4 years though.
Yeah.
Well, that's one of the beautiful things that New Riff is doing. I mean, I always talk about the big 3 for me, which is Peerless, New Riff, and Wilderness Trail. Those 3 distilleries are putting out amazing product that smells and tastes older than it actually is.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, and hopefully maybe if there's anybody who's in Kentucky on Saturday, speaking of Peerless, they're releasing their bourbon on Saturday.
Yes, they are. Yeah. They had a little bit of a private release party tonight. I saw Fred Minnick was there. He did a review. He posted a video on Instagram. They did kind of an announcement, kind of everyone like a private reveal. But to the masses, it'll be available this Saturday. So if you guys are in Kentucky, and I know it's 4 years old, and I think it's going to be cheaper than the rye. I think it's supposed to be about $60-$70.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. And I know some people want to knock it because it's only a 4-year-old bourbon, but listen, Peerless is doing everything. They're doing everything amazing. So don't knock it.
I'll tell you, those single barrel picks that we tried when we were there. The Orange Blossom and the Rye Tie were absolutely out of this world, man.
Yeah,
they were fantastic.
Yeah.
Cooper says, Jason, if you were a guitar player, you would have got it. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe if the name of that distillery was like Snare Drum, I would have got it.
And here, Chad Holly says, like for the Peerless bourbon, he's like, Ian on BSM Saturday night for 300.
Yeah. All right. So the next one collectively was C.
Hey, we'll just go in the order because, like, for how I had it, I could have flipped those 2, so we'll just do it in the order that you and Chris had it in.
All right. So A was a New Riff. So let's reveal letter C. Let's see what letter C is. Here we go.
Letter C, and Jason, this is where you got it right, buddy. It's a Jack Daniel's single barrel.
Oh, Jack Daniel.
This was a pick out of Bourbon, Scotch, and Beer from New Jersey.
Wow.
And this was by far the best single barrel of Jack Daniel's I've ever had. So by far.
Boy.
This one came in at 130.1 proof.
Yeah, man. I called Tennessee whiskey. It had
Sure,
that.
yeah. Somebody else in the chat did too. I forget who it was.
Yeah, somebody else in the chat called it too. But yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that had that maple. I don't get that banana note on this. That you don't get in a Jack Daniels, and that's what I love about the single barrels too. But yeah, that just screamed Tennessee whiskey to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I've only had one of the barrel proofs, but I don't get as much of the banana note in the barrel proof as I do the rest of the line.
No.
Is
Yeah,
that just a single barrel or a single barrel proof as well?
Yeah, it's a single barrel proof.
Okay,
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
Dram Man, Kentucky called it too. Yeah, so yeah, good job, man. Yeah, it was. I could not. That nose is so distinct to me. So yeah, really, really good.
I mean, I've had several. I probably had 5 bottles of that, and by far it blows every single one of them away. So they did a fantastic job with that pick for sure.
Yeah, that is one of the most unique and delicious JD barrel proof picks I've had. That's amazing stuff.
This is kind of where it got a little bit difficult. Like you could have gone, you could have flipped like any of these orders at this point. Once you stepped up into these next category, I mean, it was you couldn't.
I could flip D and B just based on what mood I'm in as well.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I mean
that's a good point. Because it does come down to if D is what we think it is in terms of it being an older one. That it's one of those picks where it's something that was very unique. And if it's not, it still had a profile that was very unique. But B, I would agree, is probably one of those bourbons that if you just wanted to, drink something that was just a fantastic profile, like that was kind of it. I would,
B has like the most all-around best flavor profiles for a bourbon that I've had in this 4. But D is like one of those. D is one of those specialty, like it's almost like a dessert unicorn bourbon that just has such a unique flavor profile. But all right, so let's see. So next would be D, which I thought was a dusty, but it was absolutely delicious. A lot of chocolate. So. What do we got, Dan? What is D?
This one is not a super dusty, but it is a little bit older. It's one of the old labeled Elijah Craig.
Really?
This one's the 136 proof. So
wow.
I had a hard time picking out which one I wanted to give you because I have 7 different one of these. So
wow.
But I want to pick in this one. So this is the 136 proof. I don't remember what year it came out. I want to say maybe 2012. Or 13, if I'm correct.
Damn,
somebody might know in the chat.
So that drank way smoother than that.
And what's up?
That did not. I thought the proof on that one was a low one. You said what is it? 136?
Yeah, I thought it was like 100.
Damn,
that's crazy.
I want to try that again. I gotta verify that.
For science.
Mm-hmm.
That's so smooth. So smooth.
Man, there is no way that drinks like 136 proof.
No, it doesn't. It like I said, it has a flavor profile like a Old Forester or a Woodford Reserve. It's that sweet and chocolate.
And that batch is not my favorite of the ones that I have, but I definitely think it's very underrated. A lot of people don't like the 136 proof, and I find it to be fantastic, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that's really good.
It's okay for anybody who doesn't like that one. It's okay to be wrong.
Yeah.
Honestly. That is really good.
All right, it is time to go to our number 1 bourbon of the night. Letter B, which all 3 of us collectively said had pretty much the best. Now, as far as our guesses, I wrote down a possible freaky delicious 4 Roses pick.
Mm-hmm.
I know, Scott, you were leaning Buffalo Trace, maybe.
Yeah.
I think I said maybe even a Crazy Russell's for that one.
Chris said, yeah. So we picked the 3 biggest distilleries.
Really narrowed it down.
Mr.
Jason, this is
ECBP is my first love. Well, and Russell's Reserve Single Barrel too is up there with my loves right now. So, all right, what do we have? Dan the Man, Dusty Dan.
Jason, this is where you nailed it on the head again, man.
Shut up.
4 Roses.
4 Roses?
Really?
It's the Kentucky Derby Festival 2019 OESV.
Oh,
9 year, 6 months.
Wow.
Which one is that?
It's the 2019 Kentucky Derby Festival pick.
all right. Is anyone anywhere doing blind taste tests for money? Because I want to go in right now.
Yeah. Honestly, just take a flight to Vegas real quick, Jason, and just try your luck.
Dude, that's amazing stuff, man. Yeah, Nathan.
Yeah.
Nathan called it too. Yeah, man, I got two of these. I got two that I did pretty damn good tonight. That was really good.
That is so creamy, though. My gosh.
That is.
I'm telling you, though, man, those OESVs are just absolutely phenomenal. I mean, they really are. Some of these OESVs are some of the best bourbons I've ever had.
Yeah.
Which one was it? What was the mash bill? Or the
What is
recipe?
that? I'm sorry, Scotty.
What was the recipe on that? OES what?
OESV.
Oh, OESV.
You guys are breaking up a little. All right, hold on. Let me switch something real quick. Hold
Oh, now he's back.
There you go.
on one
OESV.
second.
Yeah, it's an OESV. He said it was from
OESV is in Victor.
yes, OESV.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he loves Dan loves the OESVs. So I wasn't surprised that it was actually that mash bill.
Man, that is
Yeah,
really good.
Yeah, it's the OESV 9 years, 6 months, 2019 Kentucky Derby Festival pick.
Wow.
Again, I mean, this is not the same exact thing that I brought to Kentucky on the Bourbon Road podcast, but something very similar. You know, that one was a Brent Elliott Select, where this one is just the Kentucky Derby Festival.
Yeah, Richie Z said, I just got an OESV pick and want to crack it now.
You should.
That's absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
Ricky Wax said, Blind Bourbon World Series on ESPN, the Ocho. Whiskey takes off like televised Texas Hold'em crazy 10 years ago. Dude, that could be a thing.
Yeah, I mean, there's been a couple of these OESV picks that I mean that's my personal favorite of all the recipes, but there's been some that have just completely blown me away. I had the one from Brent Elliott Select that was like an 11-year, and then a 10-year, 6-month. Both of those are just absolutely phenomenal stuff, man. Just so good.
That's amazing stuff.
Yeah, when you kind of go back to that, it does have a lot of the as you kind of sip on it, a lot of the 1/30th to it a little bit. It's very it is very, very creamy
that
and
creaminess. I mean,
I can totally see that now.
this has a lot of depth and flavor for just using that one, set of mash bills and yeast strains. It's really nice.
Mm-hmm.
The proof on this one was 118 proof.
118.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, this is.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I've had a couple OESV picks that have not been that great, but I have one from Lincoln Road that they did a fantastic job on. Really
Dan, what was the proof on the new riff? What did that come in at?
That was 111.5.
Yeah, see, I said it was like 120 something. I thought that was a lot hotter, but see, I think that's where you get into those. It seems hotter, but it's just a lot of that rye spice that's in there.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
So, all right, guys. Well, this was an amazing tasting. Thank you so much, Dan, Dusty Dan, for a really fun night. These were all four of these were completely different, unique. I know you always have kind of a theme to your tasting. What was kind of your theme for tonight?
The theme that I was shooting for was just I wanted to go with mouthfeel on this one, and to me, 3 of those hit the mark on the mouthfeel, and the new riff kind of didn't. But I thought that would have been a nice addition to the bunch.
Yeah. Well, the new riff
was good.
Yeah, it's good.
It was really very good.
The new riff is definitely a lot younger, so it's probably not going to have that mouth coating to it. But all these are really good. So if any of you guys are watching and you're thinking of picking up a new riff or that Jack Daniel's barrel proof or a Dusty Elijah Craig barrel proof or an OESV Four Roses, then I know most of these are all picks, but you have the chance to pick up something really, really delicious, especially without breaking the bank. So, so before we sign off, guys, I know Cast Strength is going live right now. Dan, why don't you tell everybody about your upcoming channel and where to find you?
Yeah, guys. So I do have a channel that's in the works right now. I'm still trying to get some recording down. You can find it at Dusty Dan's Whiskey Reviews. You can also find me on Instagram at Dusty Dan's Whiskey Reviews as well. Hopefully, I'll have some content here coming out soon. Some, maybe an intro video first, and then rolling out into some of the reviews themselves. Maybe looking to do one Dusty a month, and from Dusty, it really kind of depends on who you ask. But I'll be doing things from probably the 1980s back to pre-prohibition picks. So, and then looking to do some ryes and bourbons in the mix as well. So.
Sweet. Awesome. Can't wait to see that, man. Bourbinsane. I think everyone knows who you are, but in case they don't, let them know where to find you.
Yep, Chris Bourbinsane, pretty much every platform, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. I'm trying to do a couple reviews a week, some head-to-heads coming up very soon. And live streams. Still figuring out, I'm going to have to change my day of live streams. It used to be Friday nights, but now with work always getting in the way of WhiskeyTube, But this was awesome. Dan, thank you so much for doing this. Jason, thank you so much for hosting.
Yeah, no problem. Graham Young says, cheers to you, Dan. You make an enormous contribution to Mash and Drums channel, and that is a big deal too. Absolutely, man. We've done a bunch of these, and Dan is always, he's the epitome of what I like to say about sharing your whiskey with others. So, and that's why I'm always giving away samples, and Dan is always sharing. So can't wait to get some of these samples out to you guys. Scotty, My Bourbon Journey, you up?
Yeah. So first, Jason, thanks for having me on tonight, and Dan, again, thanks for sending all the samples. Chris, it was good to do this blind with you as well. But yeah, so my channel, My Bourbon Journey. I think as we get into the summer and stuff, and I get a little bit busier, I'll probably shoot for roughly one video or so a week. Just because of my schedule and everything, but I'll try to do some of that stuff. And yeah, I got some head-to-head stuff. Live streams maybe a little bit more difficult, but as the summer goes, maybe a few impromptus where if it's nice, I can get out for an hour or something. But yeah, Instagram, you can find me there, My Bourbon Journey. Same thing with Twitter as well, and I've got a Facebook page if anybody wants to join that. But guys, had a great time tonight, and cheers to you guys.
Cheers.
All right, guys. Well, thanks again for watching the Mash and Drum Whiskey Room. I am Jason C. We had over, I think, 110, 112 at some point tonight watching. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you so much for watching. Keep an eye out for my next couple of episodes coming out, including a head-to-head between Ardbeg 10 and Port Charlotte 10-year. A little bit of a Scotch head-to-head that was voted on. Then I also have the couple more reviews coming from back over my shoulder here. Cooper's Craft, 100 proof, Bardstown Fusion Bourbon, and also my special review, my special interview with Andy and Charlie Nelson from Greenbrier Distilling, better known as the guys who brought back Bell Mead. So keep an eye on for that, guys. And with that, cheers to all you in the chat. Thanks to all. Congrats to the winners tonight. And like I always say, it's not about the whiskey, it's the people you share it with. So cheers, everybody, and good night.
Cheers.
Everyone.